Hello students, we're coming down to the fifth lecture of the foundation course, and as usual we'll be starting with the homework which I had given. The homework was mercurous chloride, mercuric chloride, stannous chloride and stannic chloride, the formulas of this compound and the associated valency. Okay, so let us start there, and then we'll be revising few things which we have studied in the past few lectures. Mercurous chloride, over here it is OUS. The formula is Hg2Cl2 and the valency of mercury is +1. That is the lower valency, as we had discussed, is the OUS valency. Then mercuric chloride has the formula in HgCl2 and the valency shown by mercury in this case, because it's a transition element as I told you, is +2. So this was the first pair of compounds which were told. The second one was stannous chloride and stannic chloride. So stannous chloride is SnCl2, the valency shown is +2, and in case of stannic chloride the formula is SnCl4 and the valency shown is +4. So some of the students have posted this answer. Let us revise few things. Uranium 23592. In this case, how many protons, how many electrons and how many neutrons in case of an atom of uranium? So what we had discussed the other day was, if I want to find out the number of protons, neutrons and electrons, from this we refer to this as atomic mass number, and we refer to this as the atomic number. Atomic number represents the number of protons or the number of electrons. So in this nucleus the number of protons are 92 and the number of electrons are also 92. I told you, for maintaining the electrical neutrality it is necessary that the number of protons and electrons must be the same. How many number of neutrons? This represents the number of protons plus number of neutrons. So I write number of protons plus number of neutrons is equal to 235. So number of neutrons is equal to 235 minus 92, that is 143. This is what we have studied. That is, if you are given the atomic mass number and atomic number, how we are going to find out? The number of protons, neutrons and electrons. Of course, we know another thing. How can I compare the size of an atom and the size of the nucleus? What is the range of the size of the atom? So that I understand how it goes. The size of the atom is of the order of 10 raised to minus 10 meter, of course. And the size of the nucleus is of the order of 10 raised to minus 15 meter. How can I imagine this? Just imagine a big room, and if you place a small dot over here, that is the atom, and if you place a small dot, this is the nucleus, and the size of the room is approximately equal to the size of the atom. So what I am trying to tell you is an atom is very big as compared to the nucleus, and the nucleus is just a small dot, and majority of the atom is nothing but vacuum. Fine. Once you understand these concepts, you have to understand another thing. What do you mean by unified unit? Unified unit. What do you mean by unified unit U? This is the latest term which is used nowadays. Initially the term which was associated with this was AMU. So sometimes this is also used. It is called as atomic mass unit. Nowadays this is replaced by U, unified unit. So what is unified unit? It is 1/12. One unified unit is 1/12 the mass of C12 isotope of carbon. One unified unit is 1/12 the mass of C12 isotope of carbon. What do you mean by that? So generally on a very raw scale, I'll say one unified unit is approximately the same as the mass of one proton, or approximately the same as the mass of a neutron. Okay, so just remember that one unified unit is 1/12 the mass of C12 isotope of a carbon atom. Why carbon is chosen? Homework for you. Why are we choosing carbon for defining unified unit? So the first homework is why carbon is chosen for defining the unified unit. Remember a few things. When I say hydrogen, it's an atom. When I say oxygen, it's an atom. An atom combine in a definite proportion with each other and we say it's a molecule. H2O is a molecule. H2O is a molecule. Hydrogen is an atom, oxygen is an atom, and hydrogen will combine with oxygen in the ratio 2:1 to form water. So we say H2O is a water molecule. Another example, hydrogen atom, nitrogen atom, ammonia. All of you know this. Ammonia is NH3. It's a molecule. Just complicate it further. Copper atom, sulfur atom, oxygen atom. Combine these three. Which is the compound? Copper sulfate. Combine these three. Which is the compound? Copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is a molecule. Why I am trying to tell you this? Because there is yet another concept which we are trying to understand now. The concept is atomicity. What do you mean by atomicity? So, see children, some of the concepts are there in 8th standard CBSE books, state board में नहीं है, and शायद वो 9th में and so on. But all these fundamentals we need for 11th standard and 12th standard. What do you mean by atomicity? Atomicity किसको होती है? तो atomicity होती है molecule. Atomicity होती है molecule को. What is atomicity of a molecule? Atomicity of a molecule is nothing but the number of atoms present in the molecule. Let us check that out. Atomicity is nothing but the number of atoms in a molecule. Water. If someone asks me, what is the atomicity of water? Atomicity of water, 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen. The atomicity is 3. Simple. What is the atomicity of ammonia molecule? What is the atomicity of ammonia molecule? The atomicity is 4. What is the atomicity of an oxygen molecule? Oxygen molecule is represented by O2. What is the atomicity of oxygen molecule? The atomicity is 2. On the other hand, what is the atomicity of ozone? O3. The atomicity of ozone is 3. So, I understand the concept of atomicity with the help of these examples. Now try and understand all the concepts with the help of an example. So let us come down to this. What is the atomicity of copper sulfate? Copper 1, sulfur 1, oxygen 4. 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 6. So 6. The atomicity of copper sulfate is 6. So we had something having atomicity 2 and atomicity 3, again 3, 4, oh 5. Let us have a compound with atomicity 5. Can you tell me a compound with atomicity 5? Something you have studied, something you have done in previous classes. The example is very simple. CH4. CH4 is what? CH4 is methane. It consists of one carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms. One carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms. So its atomicity is going to be 5. So its atomicity is going to be 5. Now what is your job? Another homework. Find out the compounds with atomicity 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Try and find out the compounds with atomicity different than this, of course. 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. You can find any compound. It can be organic compound, it can be inorganic compound, whatever it is. Organic compound basically are the compounds in which there is a presence of carbon atom. That is what organic chemistry is all about. So pretty clear with this idea of atomicity. Once you understand atomicity, unified unit, etc., then we have to understand the most important concept. We saw that concept and I told you we'll be going in details of that concept. The concept of mole and Avogadro's number. Please pay attention. The focus of the lecture is mole and I'll write it as N0. It is Avogadro's number. What is Avogadro's number? Avogadro's number is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. I'll call it particulates because it can be atoms or it can be molecules, anything. So what we saw was what is 1 mole, and 1 mole of a compound. 1 mole of a compound means what? For example, let us take a very simple example. What I had told you was 1 mole of a compound is nothing but its atomic mass number jitne grams. Atomic mass number jitne grams. And I told you कि 1 mole of anything will contain N0 particulates. Now let us try and understand this with the help of an example. First of all, let us see this carbon dioxide. We were doing this compound, so we will take carbon dioxide. What do you mean by 1 mole of carbon dioxide? What do you mean by 1 mole of carbon dioxide? Now please understand this. Carbon is atomic mass number 12. Carbon, atomic mass number 12. Plus oxygen, atomic mass number 16. But how many oxygen atoms are there? 2. So 2 into 16. What am I finding? This is referred to as molecular formula, and this is called as molecular formula weight, or we call it molecular mass. Carbon 12, oxygen 2 atoms. Every oxygen atom weighs 16, so this is going to be 16 plus 32, and that boils down to 44. What is this? This is the molecular mass, molecular formula weight or molecular mass, and I have to understand the concept. 1 mole is what? So I write 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Please pay attention. We write 1 mole of carbon dioxide is equal to 44 grams of CO2. Atomic mass number molecular mass number है यहाँ पे, molecular mass जितने grams, so 44 grams of carbon dioxide will be 1 mole. And the concept goes ahead, if I want to express it in mass, this is the concept. 1 mole is nothing but 44 grams of carbon dioxide. If I want to express it in particulates, now you'll understand why I am using the word particulate. It contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of carbon dioxide. I am not using the word particulates over here. I am using the word molecule because we are dealing with carbon dioxide molecule. So I understand. Let us revise it once again. This is the concept we need to understand in 11th standard first. In all the entrances, AIMS and JEE and MST CET, one question generally comes from this concept. 1 mole of any compound is nothing but atomic mass number जितने ग्राम्स या यहाँ पे molecular mass जितने ग्राम्स. Okay, if you take an atom, it will be atomic mass number जितने ग्राम. That is what I am taking the example now. And it contains, उसमें क्या है? If I take 44 grams of carbon dioxide, उसमें Avogadro's number जिसकी वैल्यू है 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, उतने molecules है. Let us take another example. Iron. Where is the place? Yeah, I'll write it over here. Iron 5626. Fine. This is what? This is the atomic mass number. And how I'll say? I'll say 1 mole of carbon corresponds to 56 grams of iron and contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. Now I am using the word atoms because I am dealing with elements. Where I am dealing with elements, I am dealing with compounds. I will be using the word molecules. Where I am dealing with the elements, I will use the word atoms obviously. 1 mole of iron whose atomic mass number is 56. How I will write it? I will write it as 56 grams of iron is 1 mole. I hope it's very clear. And it contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms of iron. अब इसका application क्या है? It's a very simple application stuff. Suppose मेरे पास iron की एक chair है. Just understand how it can be put to use. I have a chair of iron, and that chair of iron is suppose measuring 1 kg. उस iron के chair का वजन जो है that is 1 kg. और किसी ने आपको पूछा कि उसमें कितने iron के atoms है. See the concept very properly. If you have a chair जो बनी है आयन की और कोई आपको पूछता है कि उस 1 kg आयन में, उस 1 kg आयन के चेयर में कितने एटम्स है, how many atoms of iron are there, you can easily find out. Let us see the procedure. We might not work out the value, but let us see the procedure. That is how we are going to apply the concept in grade 11th and 12th. 1 kg, of course everyone knows, it means 1000 grams. 1 kg means 1000 grams. The concept is very clear. How is it? 56 grams of iron, 56 grams of iron will contain how many atoms? 56 grams of iron will contain 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. 56 grams of iron, that is the atomic mass number, will contain 6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23 atoms. Then 1000 grams will contain how many atoms? That's it. 1000 grams will contain how many atoms? The answer is very simple. X is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 into 10 raised to 3 upon 56 atoms. That's such a nice thing. You just have to know the atomic number, atomic mass number, and you can easily figure it out. You can easily find out the number of atoms. So mole concept is going to be the most dominant concept. इसके आगे हमको जाना है गैस how I can measure the number of molecules in a gas and so on and so forth. But let me give few more questions for homework before we conclude today's session. The homework is if I have 17 grams of ammonia, if I have 17 grams of ammonia, how many moles of ammonia do I have? How many moles of ammonia do I have? Second question, if I have 14 grams of carbon monoxide, if I have 14 grams of carbon monoxide, how many moles do I have? Third question, if I have 8 grams of sulfur dioxide, if I have 8 grams of sulfur dioxide, then how many molecules of sulfur dioxide will be present in it? And the last question, if I have 12.044 into 10 raised to the power 20 molecules of sulfur dioxide, then how many moles do I have? So if you can figure out the 4 answers, you can be pretty sure that you are able to understand, visualize the mole concept. Every lecture we do the same thing. When we come to the end of the lecture, we give some assignment, you check that assignment, try and apply it yourself. When we start with the next lecture, we'll be starting with the answers of this. So before we conclude, make sure you are able to understand the 3 questions. I repeat the questions. Why we are using carbon to define unified unit? Number 2, tell me some compounds, at least one, let us say, having atomicity 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and the remaining 4 questions are right there on the board. Now please understand that all the lectures henceforth are through our website. Don't forget to go through the entire website of Ideal Coaching Classes. You have got a parent section, you have got a student section, many notes, e-notes, that is, some interesting videos will be uploaded over there. When you take admission to 8th, 9th and when you take admission to 11th and 12th, I have already given the PDFs of 8th, 9th and 10th standard CBSE as well as the state board stuff. The lectures, the demo lectures will end on Monday. We'll be starting with 11th standard syllabus from 20th of this month, 20th of May. So on the first or the second day, I'll be putting across the physics, chemistry, bio and maths PDF notes, PDF books for those students, those who have taken the admission. I hope that you are studying hard in these difficult days. It's very, very important for you to focus. Make sure that you are studying for these 2 years, because these 2 years are going to be the most important years of your life. Please don't think like 11th is a rest year and will be studying in 12th standard, because the recent development is the medical entrance and the engineering entrance have the syllabus of grade 11th as well as grade 12th in a combined manner. If you see exams like JEE, if you see exams like NEET, the distribution is 40-60, 40% of 11th standard and 60% of 12th standard is asked. So study hard, stay home and stay safe. The remaining all the informations will be put across to you eventually by all the teachers as well as me in the last lecture. Thank you so much.